cow has purpur. Yeah, I got purpurs. There's some purpurs right there. There's a purpur. All right, guys. I just want to show off the first actual pepper of the season. Now, the reason why, you see, oh, look at that. There's another one. Oh, yeah, purpurs. These are the same kind of plants. Let's look over here. Oh, look at that. There's some down there. Oh, look at those. Look at those. Those ones are even bigger. Yeah, they just appeared overnight. The reason that you see that those have flowers and some little baby peppers on them is because those are a Numex lemon spice jalapeno. They're not super hots. They actually get to where they need to be quicker. These, we don't see any purpurs yet, but we're starting to see some flowers. All right, so some bloomage going on here. Not a lot, but, and I know these look kind of weird. See how scrawny they are? The reason these have flowers and nothing else does at all, these are a cross. So these two plants here are a lemon ghostly jalapeno. So they have a jalapeno and some kind of ghost or lemon ghost crossed into it. I don't know who created this pepper, but it is a excellent pepper, and I think I should have grown more than a couple plants of it. But yeah, you can see oh, that looks like it. That flower doesn't look good. Yeah, this thing these will flower like crazy. If you see, these are the ones I top. You see how bushy they are? But they are, yeah, they're gonna stay nice and bushy. 7-pot primos, no flowers yet on those, and nothing over here. These are super hots and Caribbean peppers and stuff that they're all chinenses. So you won't see any flowers on these yet. They are still a little bit, they need a little bit more time to grow before they get to that phase. Although, what is this one over here? Well, it kind of just looks like it'll be getting some bloom soon. I think this is a fatale. Yeah, this is a fatale right here. And nothing yet. That's fine because I don't want them yet. I want this plant to mature, and it will grow bigger than this. But look at, when you top, guys, this is what happens. You see all the stalks that are coming off down there. All of these were topped. They were very small. This is kind of an experiment. I've never topped plants that small before. And it took them a while to regenerate. I've topped plants that were bigger than these were at that time. You know, they were further along and had freaking results that were insane, man. And then I've topped plants that were fully grown. One thing you can do, let me tell you this. If you got a long growing season, you can get away with this. But what you can do is, some of these potted plants, if you're not dumping a bunch of fertilizer and keeping up on that, what will happen is these plants will produce I'll probably see maybe some peppers late July, but definitely in August and September. Now, this year is going to be a little different because I didn't get an early start. But say, for instance, I don't know, it's August 15th, maybe even the end of August, but definitely I wouldn't do this in September. But what I can do is, to say this plant just pumps out like crazy, right? And it just pumps out a whole bunch of peppers throughout the month of August, and then all of a sudden it looks like it's slowing down. The leaves start getting yellow because I haven't put no nitrogen. And it's like, hey, the plant's shot for the season. Now, I could let it go, and you'll see 2 or 3 more peppers pop on, maybe 5. Or there's something else I can do, and that is cut it down. Yeah, just cut the plant down to like 3 stalks, 4 stalks, and just cut everything off of it. And then just let it go, and it'll regenerate all new growth. It'll grow out all kinds of bushy as hell, and it'll have tons of flowers on it. The only problem with that is, if you end up getting an early frost, man, you're probably not going to end up, all them peppers, you're going to have to harvest them green, you know. But I did it with some last year, and it worked out. It was, So that's kind of where you're at. But I tell people about that all the time, man. You can do it. You can. I'll tell you another good hustle. You guys pay attention to what I'm saying. So a lot of these nurseries, right? They'll have super hots. They'll sell the plants for top dollar. $5 a piece. Some charge as much as $7 a piece, right? For these super hot plants. Well, they'll sell a whole bunch of them the end of May, early June. They'll sell some in mid-June. Then around the first week of July, whatever plants they have pods on them, right? And they look cool, so some people will buy them. They'll see a plant with reapers right on it, and people will pay $7 a piece, right? I seen a girl at the farmer's market one time selling plants with peppers on it for $15 to $25 a piece. But what they'll do is they'll have some peppers on it, but the thing is they know that once those peppers ripen and fall off, that plant's done and they're just going to throw it out. So what you can do is what I did a couple years ago, and this is genius, right? Go look for these, go to these nurseries and look for these super hots in mid-July, okay? Mid-July, they're selling them for cheap. I bought these plants for $1.75 a piece. They had, I don't know, between 5 to 10 peppers on each plant. So it was worth it, $1.75 just for the peppers, okay? And what you're going to do is pick them peppers off, make a nice sauce out of them, give them to a friend, eat them, whatever you want to do. You just got your money's worth. Now, the second step is cut all that growth back that's on that plant and put it in some new soil and put it outside. And let me tell you something, that thing will regenerate quicker than hell, because for one, you're breaking up the root ball at the bottom. It's not going to be root bound no more. You're giving it nice new soil with nutrients in it, and you're cutting everything down. The plant says, hey, it's time to regenerate. I need to throw off some stalks here. That new growth says, hey, I need to flower. I need to make purpers. And that's exactly how it's going to go down. If you have a long growing season, okay, I'd say if you're south of the Mason-Dixon line, you can get away with this. Go buy some plants, man. You will see they will grow strong. They'll start regenerating. And by the end of September, you'll have a whole bunch of peppers. And it was a cheap cost to you. You didn't have to harden nothing off. You didn't have to buy seeds, So that is a little hustle I can tell you guys about. I did it a couple years ago. Now, some of the plants, I just repotted them and let them grow, and really they didn't do much. They didn't produce much after that. The plant was basically like, hey, I already produced. I'm not that big. My roots, they didn't do much. But the ones that I chopped down, right, just left one V on it, say. Just chopped it down to the V. Bam. Those ones regenerated. And in October, I had a whole bunch of peppers. So that's a good hustle, man, to get. And then you can take some of those plants and overwinter them. I have only one overwintered plant. That plant is from 2021. I bought it from a nursery for $1.75. I still have it growing. As a matter of fact, that's the only plant of the super hots that actually has flowers on it. Now I chopped it down a little too far. It's like a little stub, and it's got both ears, and it's got little skinny limbs coming off it, but it literally is no bigger than that plant right there. It looks exactly like just one of these plants here, and that's because when I cut it down the first time, I just snipped it down to it was a stub like you'd see in the woods when you see someone cut down a small tree. So there's that ghost pepper plant that I left it for dead. I actually still have a replacement plant inside that I don't know what to do with, but that I was going to put in there, but this thing came back. So yeah, that one there it was literally just one little leaf. I chopped it down. It was tiny. I can't even believe that it survived. And then I stopped watering it. I watered everything else out here except that one. I said, you're done, buddy. I don't want you no more. And it came back to life. And it's of course not as plump and voluptuous as the other ones are. But so yeah, one of my little 7-pot primos over here. I love this little plant shelf. It's just like a metal iron plant shelf. And the plants grow up, that one will fill up that blank space. This one goes up, fills up that blank space, and so on and so forth, all the way to the top. And it's just kind of cool the way it looks in the end. So it's really cool. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I just want to give you guys an update and say, we got purpers. So yeah, let's we showed you we got some purpers. I want to talk about treating for slugs also. So we don't have any peppers yet here on these plants, but we do got flowers. I don't know what this is. It's just so, it's like a jungle in here. What kind of plant is this? Oh, there's a ladybug. Ladybug. Yeah, I like to see that. I just probably knocked him off where he was with the hose. So this is a that's a California Reaper. Cali Reaper for the win. 7-pot Primo chocolate. Ooh, flower action going on there. This plant is just not happy. This is a I think this is a Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. It's doing good. It's flowering like crazy, but see how it's just so, it's just the way it grew. It's like literally just saggy. And I just gave it some water. And there's another Cali Reaper. So anyways, I want to show you guys the plants I showed you. So I'm cutting this video into 2 or 3. Yeah, actually I'll do the slug treatment on another video. Just wanted to give you guys an update. But there's where the slugs are devouring, especially this plant. Look at that. Just tearing them freaking leaves up. So I got some organic slug treatment pellets, which I've never used. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the 7-pot chocolate from, this thing is, let me show you. Can you guys see? Look at that stalk. That thing is huge. The stalk is huge. The plant doesn't grow big, but look at the flowers on it. It's just everything's compacted in here. You can't even see in there. I can't even hardly for you. It's hard for me to even get down in there. And this plant grew the same way last year. I chopped it down to nothing. Look at how small. I chopped it down to just a little stub like that, and it got new growth. But these, for some reason, this plant, the way it is, it just always grows like a bush. It doesn't ever grow tall. Yeah, so, but we got flowers. We got flowers on that bad boy. Yeah, you see the slugs. Look at them. Look at these leaves, man. That's too much. That's too much. So now I gotta take action. Usually I don't mind a few slugs. I honestly don't. They don't bother me that bad. I never had too much of a problem with slugs till this year. These are the plants that I put the pepper powder and coffee around the base, and they don't look worse. You know, they still got where they did get tore up, but I think just got the slugs away from there.